Hey, grade six. For today's lesson, we're going to be talking about something called the golden bricks of expository writing. Basically, what this is a strategy for making sure that each paragraph of your journal entry, research essay, whatever it might be, it's making sure that each paragraph is strong. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I mean when I say golden brick, and then I'm going to get into some examples. And basically, the examples that I go through today, you're going to be doing something very similar in the assignment on Google Classroom. So first off, what are the golden bricks? Well, when I mention golden bricks, I'm talking about 5 specific things that can make your expository paragraphs stronger. So they're powerful supporting details. So first off, I just want you to remember this expository pillar diagram that we looked at in class. So remember that you start off your expository writing, whether it's a journal entry or a research essay or a news article, you always start off with some sort of lead sentence or introduction. And then you have paragraphs, body paragraphs, each with their own main idea and supporting details. The golden bricks are just things that go into each paragraph. So they are powerful supporting details. So you can add details to a paragraph, but you generally want to make sure that every paragraph has at least one golden brick. So that's a powerful supporting detail. And I'll kind of show you some examples of what I mean by that. So golden bricks can include things like quotes. They can include descriptions. They can include amazing facts, and they can include anecdotes. See, so these are the 4 that we're going to focus on. But for today's lesson, I just want to focus on these 2. So quotes and descriptions. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about anecdotes and explain what those are, and more about amazing facts in a future lesson. Today, the golden bricks we're going to focus on are quotes and descriptions. So how do we use a golden brick? So remember that in this expository pillar, okay, the area with the red circle around it, that represents one single paragraph. So your golden brick, your quote, your fact, your description, whatever it might be, you want to make sure that that goes within the supporting details of your paragraph. So let's look at examples, just so I know it's kind of confusing to explain it without giving examples, but I think once I give you some examples, you'll see that it's fairly straightforward. So a scenario, I've asked you to write a journal entry about your spring break. And let's just say one of those paragraphs is about going to a basketball game. Okay, so in this scenario, you're writing a journal entry about your spring break, and one of the paragraphs that you're going to write for this journal entry is about going to a basketball game. So that's one of the things that you did. Let's say that you wanted your golden brick or your most powerful supporting detail to be a quote. So it might go something like this. My brother, who is never much of a sports fan, attended an NBA game with me and was pleasantly surprised. I cannot remember the last time I had so much fun, he exclaimed. So again, you are basically improving that paragraph by adding a specific quote that lets you know the experience of somebody that went with you. You can even quote yourself, right? If it's a journal entry you're writing from your own perspective, you can quote somebody that was with you. You can provide a quote of something you said, but adding a quote to that paragraph just makes it stronger. Let's look at another example. So again, journal entry about my spring break. We're still focusing on a paragraph about going to a basketball game. Okay, so the person who's writing this, one of the main things they did over spring break was they went to a basketball game. But this time I want my golden brick, so my most powerful detail in that paragraph, to be a description. The sounds of the game surrounded me. The music blared over the PA system as the teams warmed up on the court below us. Vendors called out to the crowd in loud, commanding voices, selling hot dogs and 50-50 tickets to the people around us. Okay, so again, you're making sure that that paragraph, if you're focusing on description for your golden brick or your powerful supporting detail, then you want to make sure that that description is really vivid, which means that it kind of comes alive for the reader. They can picture what's going on based on what you've written. Okay, so those are 2 examples for using quotes and descriptions in a journal entry and a paragraph about going to a basketball game. Let's look at another type of expository writing. So research essays, right? Because this applies to all types of expository writing, whether it's a news article, a research essay, journal entry, whatever it might be, okay, you can use the golden bricks. So let's say I'm asking you to write a research essay about blue whales. So that should be familiar to you because I had you guys do that a couple months ago now, actually. So you guys should be kind of familiar with this topic a little bit. Let's say that the main idea of one of your paragraphs is pollution and overhunting. So that's one of the paragraphs in your essay. And you want to make that paragraph stronger by adding a golden brick. And in this case, your golden brick, your powerful supporting detail is going to be a quote. Okay. For the purposes of this assignment and in my examples, I'm just making up quotes. Obviously, if I'm actually asking you to do a research essay, you can't just make up a quote. You would actually have to find it somewhere online and then quote the person, right? But just for the purposes of these examples and for the purposes of the assignment that you're doing today, it's okay if you're just making up a quote that would fit the topic and the paragraph that I'm giving you. So research essay about blue whales, the main idea of the paragraph is pollution and overhunting. So my quote might be something like, blue whales must be protected or else they will disappear within our lifetime, stated Ed Willis, director of the Save the Whales campaign. So again, that's an example of a powerful supporting detail that would go well with the other information that you're giving about pollution and overhunting of blue whales. Carrying on with the same topic, okay, I've asked you to write a research essay about blue whales. This time, let's say that the paragraph that you're writing is about physical characteristics. So what blue whales look like. In this case, your golden brick might be a really good, vivid description. So what might that look like? Blue whales have magnificent and powerful tails that swish from side to side and propel their massive bodies through the water like a torpedo. So again, you're adding a specific, vivid description that kind of allows the reader to picture what you're talking about, okay? For today's assignment, you're going to be doing this exact thing. So I'm going to give you a scenario, so either a research essay, a news article, or a journal entry. I'm going to give you a topic, and I'm going to give you a paragraph main idea. And when you have all that information, I'm going to say either come up with a quote or come up with a description. And you basically just have to do exactly what I did in these examples. You have to make up a quote that would fit that paragraph, or you have to come up with a good, vivid, strong description that would fit that paragraph, okay? So again, I'm not asking you to write full essays or full news articles. You basically just have to do exactly what I did in these examples. And if you have any questions, as usual, you can come to the Google Meets that I have on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays, or you can send me a private message and we can set something up. All right. Thank you, everyone.